It's a wonderful Sunday. The pastor already told you what I'm going to say. What I'm going to speak about this morning. The topic of this morning is Zaccheus. This is the topic. So we're going to be in the book of Luke, chapter 19. Verse 1 to verse 10. Then Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. Now behold, there was a man named Zaccheus, who was a chief tax collector, and he was rich. And he sought to see who Jesus was, but could not because of the crowd, for he was a short stature. So he went ahead and climbed up into the sycamore tree to see him, for he was going to pass that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him and said to him, Zaccheus, make haste and come down, for today I must stay at your house. So he made haste and came down and received him joyfully. But when they saw it, they all complained, saying, he has gone to be a guest with a man who was a sinner. Then Zaccheus stood and said to the Lord, look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor. And if I have taken anything from anyone by false accusation, I restore fourfold. Jesus said to him, today salvation has come to his house, because he also is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost. Amen. Amen. And again, we are talking about Jericho. Jesus passing by to Jericho. Joshua chapter 6, we read last time, we saw the story about Jericho. Our God has used the people of Israel when they were going to the promised land and they were facing this the wall of Jericho, that was this big opposition. And the Bible says they only walk around the city 6 times, and the 7th time they shouted and the wall came down. So Jericho is a place of opposition, as I say. Like everything that's going to come to Jericho, when you want to get closer to God, there will always be some kind of opposition. And then Jericho is a place where you need to understand that you need to always find means to overcome opposition. So you cannot expect a life where everything gonna go smoothly and get you to any place of blessing. There will always be obstacles. There will always be people who are going to try to stop you. Things that are going to try to get against you. And circumstances that are going to make it hard for you. But you need to be mindful that despite the oppositions, I have to have one mindset. I am not to mind the opposition. I have to mind what or who am I seeking. In this case, Zaccheus was only seeking to see Jesus. So you see, if I mind the obstacles, the oppositions, and the crowd that is here, there's no way I'm going to see Jesus. Alright, just talk to myself, okay, listen here, I'm too short, the crowd is big, there's no way I will see Jesus. Let me just go home and rest. Amen. If you just have to consider your weaknesses, if you have to look at yourself as, no, I am not this and I'm not that, yeah, people will think, like, for example, pastors are closer to God than we are. Someone can say, I'm not Pastor Mundele. I'm not Pastor Jerry. Let me just give up. They say, maybe God that really listened to me. Maybe Jesus doesn't even know me. Because I've been praying for many years now, there's nothing changing. So there's no position that I'm in. And you think that you're not certain way, or you don't pray certain way. Today, I have to advise you, just like Zaccheus, do one thing. Number one, understand your weakness. Know that I have weaknesses. Amen. Amen. Number two, don't look at what you think is an advantage according to man's standards. Amen. Like him, he was rich. Did you see him using his money to get to see Jesus? No. That's what I was saying. Don't think because your father has connection and you know somebody that's going to get you through. A Christians get everything to his knees by praying to God. Amen. Don't seek human connections and human abilities to obtain things. Because what's going to happen to you, you're going to be this person who will always have in mind human abilities. And you'll be so much disappointed because many doors will close and you will try everything and they're not going to go through. The world changed, the system of the world changed. Fathers died, their friend dies, their friend changed their minds. They can be good now because he's alive. When he's no more, they even forgot that existed. Joseph served Pharaoh, served Egypt, made them prosperous in a time of trouble and famine. But the Bible says there came a Pharaoh who didn't know Joseph. So the people of Israel, who was Joseph's brothers and sisters and nieces and cousins and nephews, they're like, hey, but our brother, our uncle did great things in Egypt. I don't know him. Punish them, beat them. Until God had to send Moses. Amen. So he didn't look at the fact that he was rich, that can bribe his way to see Jesus. Amen. He can corrupt a couple of disciples and so on and say, let me see the man Jesus. He said, no, my money doesn't matter. I know my weakness, I'm short. So let me find a mechanism that I have with my weakness, with what I have as a flow. I know that I can do something, and I love what he did. The Bible says he ran ahead. He moved ahead. Amen. Like Jesus will pass here, but before he comes here, I am already in that place. Amen. Amen. Jesus is coming to church. Maybe he's going to come. We don't know exactly one day. Maybe he's going to move. We don't know what day. He's bringing the solution, the right answer to your problems. You move ahead. Be always in the church. You move ahead. You don't pray because the problems are now. You're praying ahead. Everything you want to do as a Christian, do them ahead. Don't fast now because the problem is now. You fast ahead. Don't pray now because the problem is now. You pray ahead. Don't seek God now because the problem comes now. You seek God ahead. Get closer to God ahead. Pray ahead. Fast ahead. Do everything before things start getting messy. Do everything before. Pray, fast, seek God. You must pray like crazy people will ask you, but why are you praying? Do you have any problem? No. The answer, I'm praying ahead. Amen. If somebody asks you why are you fasting so much, say, I'm fasting ahead. Amen. Because that day I've been ready when Jesus is passing. Amen. You know that, okay, let me move ahead. Because I knew that if Jesus passed by here, I'm already preceded. I already came ahead of Jesus Christ. And knowing you will pass there. The Bible says, and he found another solution to his short stature. He found a sycamore tree. Amen. It's just helping to lift him up a little bit higher. So there are things in the Christian life that help you to lift you a little bit higher. Those are the three things. It's called worship, praise, and prayer. The more you pray, the more you praise, the more you worship, you're getting higher. You're lifting yourself higher. You're lifting yourself in a standard that you're going to be easily locatable. Amen. The less you pray, the less you praise, the less you worship, it's going to be a little bit difficult to locate you in the spirit. That's sometimes people say, I've been praying, but I don't see that man. That's truth. The man of God, I was telling him about this other man of God. He said, no, this day I've been praying, I don't see him. He even said, well, he has disappeared in my radar. What does it mean? Spiritually speaking, we connect with people who pray in the spirit. There's a great man of God. I haven't spoken to him. I even thought that we are in bed blood, you know. Like we are not talking to one another. I felt like, oh, maybe he doesn't like me anymore, things like that. But because I lift myself up in prayer, and as he was praying, we met in the spirit. As I seen in my dream, I started dreaming about him. And one day I said, I called from him, my son, how are you? And I heard him. So we connected in the spirit. Because in the spirit there's this radar. When you pray more, anybody who's praying, you can see him in the radar. That's why sometimes you even sustain him in prayer because he's also praying. Amen. When I pray every night, if you are also praying, I will get to my radar and pray for you. That if you're sleeping, I won't get you. And you'll be like, he doesn't pray for me. It's not like I don't pray for you. You just not be, you're not just locatable. I can't locate you. If I locate you, I'll pray for you. And I will sustain you. I will help you in that prayer that you're praying for. Whatever you're praying for, I will be the second person praying with you. What can locate you? You don't pray, I won't be able to locate you. You can disappear from the radar. Because no life of prayer, no time to praise, no time to pray. Most of your time is before your TV. Most of the time is with your phone, in front of your computer. You value your work more than anything. You value your work that brings you money more than anything. You can be upset from your work. You can't find an excuse not to be at work. That's for God's work and the business of God. You have to make thousands of excuses. Invited to the restaurant, always ready and available. Invited to party, always ready and available. Invited to church, excuses. Invited to pray, excuses. You become invisible in the radar. Amen. You just make yourself easy. Look at the radar. It's not there. He go to the sycamore, a tree that's going to help him with his weakness. Most of your weakness are covered by prayer. A lack of prayer covers so many of your weaknesses. A lack of prayer makes you so spiritually capable that the other weaknesses, the other flaws of your life, they don't matter anymore. Amen. The other flaws of your life, there's no one that flows, but those flaws won't be seen. Because the prayer is like removing them and getting you more and more easily locatable. And it was obvious. Now, one, because he's on a sycamore, is able to see Jesus. Amen. Two, because he's on a sycamore, just is also able to see him. To locate him. Three, because you are a sycamore, just is able to call him by his name. Amen. So like, okay, I already knew you would do that. Amen. I already, because you preceded me, you went ahead, he gave me the time to connect with you in the spirit. Amen. When you pray before problems, God locates you already. and the time of problems is ready to help. Well, I say it again. When you pray before things get worse in your life, in your situation, God is ready the day the problem will rise to be able to help. You will always be there. He said, you will call me, I will say, I'm present. You will sit there and say, here I am. You call upon my name, I said, I am here with you. Like I'm coming, I'm here. Like when problem comes, you say, Jesus, I'm here. Don't scream too much. Hey, I'm just close. What brought me close? When we were praying before problems, I was coming closer and closer. The more you were praying before you are in trouble, I was getting closer. I was getting closer. When problem arises, you say, Jesus, hey, I'm here. But many Christians are away from problems, eh? We're fasting. My son as well. Last time we fasted for 14 days. Before that, we had 21 days of fasting, and then 7 days of fasting. You know that we are going through any kind of problems. We're just moving ahead, getting ahead. That the day of trouble, Jesus, I'm here. By his name he called Zaccheus. Zaccheus, come down today, not tomorrow. Today, I'm not going to stay anywhere. We're not going any other places. I am coming straight to your house. Why the house of Zaccheus? Because that's where problems were. That's where things are going to be done to change the life of Zaccheus forever. He has always come to the right place at the right moment. For those who seek him, for those who look for him, those who need him, those who know him, those who say, I need Jesus. The Bible says he was heavy and he came down heavily. Oh, I heard a lot of those people who come down heavily. It means who end their prayer with the answer from God. Amen. There's a way to come down from your sycamore, from your prayer time, from your fasting, because now you have a clear answer from God. He said, come down, make it faster. Today I will be in your house. Today I'm coming to visit your business. Today I'm going to your family. Today I'm going to meet you in the point of your need. And you say, I'm joyfully coming and receiving. Amen. I'm receiving joyfully that answer from God who have located me from where I was on the sycamore. He came down, the Bible saying, but the people were complaining, saying, Jesus is going to the house of the sinner. I love the fact that when the blessing locates you, there will always be people who are going to find a reason why you don't deserve it. Amen. There are people who look at you, but it's not the same woman, it's not the same man. Last year, the year before, 2 years ago, oh, God will say, I don't care. I bless who I bless. I've chosen who I've chosen. I've decided to do what I do. I am God. When I decide to bless, there is no one who can say no.
Amen.
God has chosen to bless you today. People can complain that you're not the right person. God says you are the right one. Amen. Tell your neighbor, I'm the right person to receive the blessing. Look at your neighbor, tell him again, I'm the right person to receive the blessing. Because Jesus decided so. Amen. Because Jesus decided so. So I am the right one. No matter what people can say, Jesus already decided that it's my turn, it is my time, it is my season, and today is the day He's going to change my life. And no one has the power to stop it. They can complain, but that's not going to change Jesus' decisions. They can say whatever they want, but Jesus already made up his mind. Today is the day He's going to bless me. Amen. And another fact that he recognized that now Jesus is in my house. I have to make things right. First with people. Amen. First with people. He said, half of everything I have is going to the poor. I have to make things right. I'm rich. So let me also be there for the poor. I have to make things right in my life. There's always something that is good for you to do for others. It's time in your life now that you know Jesus is already in your life. He's part of you now. You have to move ahead. Not only move ahead in prayer, but understand the fact that Jesus is in your life. You need to make things right. First with people. You can't say Jesus is in my life. But you don't talk to that person, that man. You can't forgive that person. You still dealing with anger and issues. Jesus in your home, in your life, you have to make things right. A lot of wrong that you need to right this one. You're not going away, it's there. Amen. It's there. Now it's waiting. There are things that you need to start doing yourself. To recognize that Jesus is here now. I can't be the same person before him. Now he's here. Now I know he's here. Now I know he's in my house. He's here. He's in my life. He's not going anywhere. He's already there. But there's things I need to make right. I need to change the way I treat my wife, the way I treat my husband, the way I talk to my neighbors, the way I talk to my friends. I need to have more patience. I need to be more kind with my words. I need to be more understanding. I need to be able to wear other people's shoes. I need to be able to understand other people's situation. The way I treat others is reflecting that Jesus is here in my house. Amen. Amen. Every poor who came to the house of Zaccheus that day went out blessed with money. Touching people's hearts, touching people's soul in the right way. Amen. Is an expression that you know Jesus is with you. Amen. If Jesus is with you, your neighbors will testify, your wife will testify, your friend will testify, your children will testify. Yes, our Father is doing something that is blessing us, that is moving us to the right direction. He's touching our heart with kind words. He's touching our soul with kind words. He's not the man that he was before, because now Jesus is in his life. And something very, very important is this time of restoration. Now he's taking away things don't belong to him. Amen. Now he's taking away things don't belong to him. When Jesus comes to visit, like today, you're going to remove from your life everything that doesn't belong to you, such as sickness, such as poverty, such as curse. It's going out of your life today because Jesus has visited you this morning. Amen. Say to yourself, I'm getting out, I'm giving away everything that belongs to the devil, everything that belongs to riches. I'm giving it away today. Jesus is in my life. The sickness is going, the poverty is going, the crisis is going, the pain is going, the depression is going. Please remove them. They don't belong to me. Amen. So I say it again, they don't belong to me. I give it back because this is not mine. What was mine, I share with people. What is not mine, he has to get out of my house. Take them out. That sickness, that poverty, that depression, it's going out. Amen. It's going out. This money is going. It doesn't belong here. Jesus is here. Everything that doesn't belong to this house has to be removed. Amen. Everything that doesn't belong to you, that belongs to your life, has to be cast out. Today, this morning, because Jesus is here, I take it away. I remove it. The time of restoration has come into your life. What doesn't belong to you has to move away. Get out of your house today. And Jesus, when you look at that, he says, surely salvation has come in his house. Because not only is that doing good, but everything that doesn't belong to this house is now out. Amen. As your son, what doesn't belong to your house? What doesn't belong to your life? It needs to be removed today. We're going to pray for that, because everything that doesn't belong to you, to your life, to your ministry, to your marriage, has to be moved away today, because salvation has come. Salvation has come. No matter the company of the people, the answer of Jesus, you are also a child of Abraham. He said, I didn't come for those who are just, for those who are perfect. I came for those who are lost. I came for those who have problems, those who have flaws, those who have weaknesses. Just like you and me. You are the right candidate for Jesus, for his blessings, for his healings, for his miracles. That's why this morning is your day for your miracles. It's the day for your blessings. It's your day for your breakthrough, because you also are a child of Abraham. Amen. We're going to stand up and pray today. We're going to stand up and pray.